What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. All right, part two. Yesterday, I made a video that was titled Controlled Squeeze Explained. I don't always read all the comments, but I happened to go through a few, and a lot of people were saying, listen, Lou was the first one to mention this 6-7 months ago. He was one predicted it. Give credit where credit is due. Let me digress just a little bit for you. Okay, first of all, yes, he was the first person to mention this as far as I know. I do not watch all of his content. He creates a ton of it. I will say this from the people that follow him, that some of them are inside my group. And what I've seen from just my experiences, some of the information that he has shared and predicted has been 100% accurate. However, I think our perspectives on this are just a little bit different, which is okay, because that's just, or at least what my job is, to be able to share you my opinions based on my experience and to the information that I read and I see and I hear. And I want to just digress and break that down a little bit further and explain it just one extra single step. So let me say this, first of all. I don't think that we're going to have issues with the broker dealers, and I don't think that they're going to take away the buy button from us again. I don't think it's going to happen. And the reason for that is this. Think about with anything in life, not just the stock market, okay? When there are times of turmoil or chaos, whatever you want to call it, it occurs when the action taken is unexpected, okay? So when you think about GameStop, first of all, institutions always thought retail had no power whatsoever. We proved them wrong on that one. That was unexpected. Second of all, the way the price action moved was insanely unexpected. Robinhood didn't expect it. Market makers didn't expect it. The clearinghouses didn't expect it. Okay, that's why they had to raise their liquidity requirements. And it kind of just went up from there. So it was all unexpected. Now think about this. We are 11, almost 12 months into this, okay? There's probably not a single person inside the stock market that doesn't know what is happening with AMC, especially at a much higher level than retail, okay? Everybody knows what's happening with AMC, all right? So everybody is starting to prepare, build for what's happening. Where are they going to line up? Are they on one side? Are they on the other side? Okay, how they're going to be able to ensure that they're not the broker that shuts down. They're not the broker that can't make liquidity and margin requirements and has to, completely go against, like the free trade world. All right. We saw the SEC report that Gary Gensler made, and he literally swept it under the rug. That basically said, oh, it's no problem. It's all normal. I mean, that kind of thing, that can only happen one time. All right. And I might be wrong. I mean, shit, it's a stock market. We're all wrong. We're all right at sometimes, and we're all wrong. It's a market. Nobody's ever 100% right. But after my experience, I don't think that is going to happen again. Okay. Now let me digress also into what I'm talking about when it comes to control. And I talked about the three main factors to me. You have year-end, liquidity, and market cycles. The most important being market cycles. We have the fund rebalancing, okay, the portfolio rebalancing when it comes to year-end, as well as some people letting go of positions that are severely red in order to offset capital gains. I think that might have a very, very small effect. Second is liquidity, all right, which we do these banks and institutions do have to prepare for interest rates rising, as well as, like I said in my last video, sometimes liquidity crises can just happen due to cyclical changes inside the market. But the third thing is going to be market cycles. And when it comes to control, I think that it's going to still be that this is going to be prepared for. They're always looking, and I'm always looking for, okay, but traders are always looking for what happened previously to where we can bank on again. And January was the run up. Now, January is also notorious for, squeezes, small squeezes, nothing like this, but small squeezes, as well as small caps running. But everybody's got their eyes focused on, well, what happened last January? You know what I mean? Is it going to happen again? AMC sitting at $30. AMC just got down to 20. Like, let me build my position to get into it. All right. That's the first one. But let me also talk about even further when it comes to control. So I've mentioned numerous times the institutional ownership of AMC and how many funds are in on this play. Now, funds are like sports teams. They have a common interest, but inevitably they compete against each other. Some funds go short, some go long. Now, their goal is to be able to provide higher revenues for their clients in order to use those statistics to attract new money. Well, a lot of times where you're getting new money is when you're getting a client that is utilizing services from another fund and now switches over to your fund. Therefore, competition. Now, some of them probably partner up together, some probably work together, all right, and have same common goals, all right, because two powers might be better than one, but inevitably they compete against each other. You watch it on price action when it comes to who's stepping in, who's taking a play, a momentum play at one step, who's riding up even higher, who's bringing it down. It's all a competition in order so that they can prefer and get the highest returns for their clients. So this is where I'm saying is that it's going to come to a point to where they're the ones that are going to be driving the price action once the price gets to a point to where retail doesn't have that massive buying power. And now I have talked about Tesla numerous times, saying that this would be a slow up and down, which also, by the way, Lou had mentioned this as well, saying that this would run in cycles. It's going to spike up, it's going to come back down, it's going to go back up again. He mentioned that as well, and I know other people did, but I had talked about Tesla, and I'm going to even harp on that a little bit more. I play Tesla every day because the range that it gives me, and I talk about it inside the group. And there's a lot of people that don't trade Tesla every day because it's $1,000. So think about this: if AMC gets to 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, how many shares are retail going to be able to buy in blocks to be able to, really push that price action to the upside? I don't have $5-10 million laying around to be able to dump right on, to get a good movement once the price gets that high. But the funds are going to be the ones that do. All right. And they're going to be the ones competing back to each other, bouncing all the shares back into each other in order to be able to slowly sift retail out of this. Because in order for this entire movement, entire play to end, the shares have to be closed. And also, in order for the shares to be closed, retail has to leave. Now, when you think about this, we talk about, oh, I'm not leaving, I'm never leaving. Well, sure. But in order for the play to end, two things have to happen. Shares got to be closed, and retail has to be the ones to be able to sell the shares, or else the play's not going to end. Okay, so the funds are going to be the ones that are going back and forth, driving the price action at much higher levels in order to get the retail to sell. So that's what I was talking about by controlled. And that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.